Hi, this is Jeff from the Ozark Mountains. That's in Missouri, in the USA. Today on the bench here, we have a big box full of vintage pocket computer goodness from Japan. In today's video, we're going to cover the process of buying things like this from the Japanese Yahoo auction using a proxy bidding service. I want to share my experience, so if it's something that you are interested in looking into, maybe it won't seem quite so daunting. First, we'll start at the beginning and I'll show you how I got online and managed to buy all this stuff from the auctions, and then we'll take a look in the box. Well, let's see how this whole process works. The website I've been using to bid on the Japanese Yahoo auctions is called Zenmarket. Now, this just happens to be the first one I tried through the recommendation of somebody on Twitter, and it works well for me, so I haven't had the urge to try other sites. But there are other sites. I have a friend in Germany that uses a site called Buy, and I'll put the links to all of these that I know about and I've heard good things about in the description down below. And you can buy not only from Yahoo auctions, but other retailers within Japan. Let's say we want to look for a Sharp PC 1500. Yeah, we can search for it just as you would expect, and it'll show you all the ones that are up for auction. Here are all of the things, my saved searches or watch list, I guess you would say. Yeah, I guess it is called a watch list. And at this time, I'm looking for a Casio VX4, which is kind of Casio's latest version of the pocket computer that's similar to the Sharp PCG 850. Now this one is relatively inexpensive, and if we look at it, we can see there's a line across the LCD. Now we had some luck with the Sharp PCG 850V fixing an LCD, so this might be fun to kind of try on this. There's no bids. It's up to about 1,600 yen, which is about $15 at this time. A yen is about a penny. And we've got about another 24 hours. And it'll tell me that I've got 9,000 yen in my account, so I have enough to bid on this. Now, after you sign up for this service, you need to add money to your account so it's there so you can bid. And I do that using PayPal. You can also use a credit card or some other means. And there is a small service fee for doing so, because they're not going to get caught with that 2 to 3% that a credit card company or PayPal charges. And they want to make sure that when you bid on something, you're obligating yourself to buy it. And when they're bidding in your behest, they are also being obligated to buy it, and they don't want to get stuck paying for it themselves, which makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and place a bid on this. And let's just say I'll bid up to 2,000 yen. That's a nice round number. And I haven't bothered with trying to do a sniper bid. And Zenmarket does charge you 300 yen, or about $3 per item to bid and do all the services, ordering it in and that type of thing. Yep, and I'm not buying anything illegal. And that's all there is to it. Okay. And if we look at this description, they automatically translate it from Japanese into English. And you've got this is automatic translation, so it may not be perfect, but you get a pretty good idea. So in other words, this has a rusty battery contact. It has some small scratches. We saw the LCD had a blank line through it, so that's not a big deal. And if you're curious about what it'll cost to ship, you can estimate it here. Just the unit itself is probably going to be about, let's say in a box, 600 grams. International shipping about $30. Yeah. And even if this was, say, a kilogram, it's not going to change the shipping that much. With shipping, there's always a base rate, and then you add a little more for each, kilogram above that. Occasionally you'll find an item and you'll see a note like this on it. And this is saying that this seller doesn't have a long history, so they've blocked bidding on this. And you can request to unblock it. There is a similar one here, but they want more money. This is a VX4 in very, very good condition. They've done a great job with the photos. The battery compartment looks nice. The inside looks nice. The back's not too scratched up. So this would be, a good collector's item. The other one with the fault would be a good item to tinker with and try to fix. So I may go ahead and ask them to unblock this, and we'll see what they say. And now we just need to wait for the item we bid on, which will be done tomorrow morning about this time. I got an email this morning from Zenmarket saying that I have won an auction. Now, this was the one for the inexpensive VX4 that was marked as junk. And if we go to Zenmarket and the auction that we won, so we got this for about $15. This is the one that had the stripe missing through the LCD, so hopefully we'll be able to fix that. I had asked them to unblock this particular one right here. I checked my events here. It says that, I put in the unblock request, and it says it rejected. But they tell you why, because the seller doesn't have enough feedback. They're protecting their reputation and helping to protect you too. They don't want you to be unhappy because the deal doesn't go good. I submitted another unblock request for this one, which was the same thing in the same condition. It has the manuals and it's in good shape. Everything works, that type of thing. It's got all 3 books, so it's basically the same thing. And they did unblock that. Now that one was blocked because on the description here it says something about lithium batteries. Well, that's the little coin cell memory backup battery. It's not a rechargeable lithium ion pack that will burn up. So this was perfectly safe, but they're looking for things like that. They'll screen for things that might not be able to be shipped, that type of things, like some speakers, because the magnets might not be able to be shipped, different things. So they'll try to warn you about that. So this one I won't bid on. It's got about another day. This one's got close to 2 days. And it's going to go for about $100. So I'll need to add some more funds to my account. So I need to sit down and figure out about what it'll cost to ship all this stuff and probably what this will go for, and then add enough funds to cover all that. So we will take a look at that tomorrow. It is about a day and a half later, and the second auction for the complete Casio VX4, which has all the manuals and whatnot with it, and it works even though they say they're selling it as junk. It's going to be finished tomorrow morning really early. There are no bids, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of bids on it, so I'm going to go ahead and place my bid now. The current price is 10,000 yen, a little less than $100. I did add money to my account. That is really easy. You just click on the Add Funds button. It'll pop up this page, and you can use a variety of payment methods, credit card, PayPal, Alipay, Bitcoin, yada yada. You can use all those things. So I added some funds, and I need to place a bid on this now. So I'm going to go, I think about 11,000 yen would be about $100. And I think I'll get it for the asking price, 93. I'm just doing a normal bid, not a sniper. Place a bid. I'm not buying anything prohibited. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so I'll know tomorrow morning, after I wake up, if that was successful or not. Well, we got an email from Zenmarket and won that auction. Here we go. It's a few days later now when I'm recording this. But won the auction for the more expensive one, which was the really nice one that had the manual in the box and that type of thing. It's this guy here. So we're still waiting for that to arrive there. Now, one other little issue is as stuff is arriving at their warehouse, they're showing you the weight. The one PC 1500, the 1500-01 weighed quite a bit more than I was guessing, so there must be more accessories with it. It's hitting close to 4 kilograms, so we have, let's say 4, 6, a little over 6 kilograms there already. So another small computer, this guy here, will add to that. So we might wind up with about a 10 kilogram package, which is going to be, $90-ish to ship. So that shipping is sure crept up there. So we'll give it a couple more days and see if we can't find another cheap junk listed computer for the $10 or $15 range. I did manage to find one more Casio VX4 listed as junk for only around $20, so I went ahead and snapped it up, and it has arrived at the warehouse in Osaka, so it's time to create a shipment and get it on its way here. The next step is to get back on the website, click on Parcels on the left-hand side, and then create a new package toward the top. Here you can select which items you want to include in this parcel. I'm going to include all of my items in one parcel, but you may want to split it up into multiple packages depending on what the best shipping options to your location is. Scrolling further down this page, we can select the shipping carrier we wish to use, and there'll be some information about that carrier over to the right. And we have a choice of different carriers here, including the standard ones like EMS and UPS and FedEx and DHL. And your choice is going to depend on how big a hurry you're in and where you're at. Different carriers will have different rates to different parts of the world. There's some additional options here toward the bottom of this page. What to do if once your items are all packaged up and they're too heavy for your chosen shipping method, some additional packing reinforcement, and some other things. I'm going to go ahead and select EMS here as my shipping method, and then we'll click the Create a Package button. At this point, we could create another package if we still had some items left over that wasn't in that first package, or we can go back and change our chosen shipping method, which I'm going to do because I've changed my mind and I want to use UPS now. I'll click on Edit or Cancel. This shows you a list of the different things that you can change. I'm going to click on Change the Delivery Method. You'll notice here it says that EMS shipping is 2,400 yen. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that exact value because they haven't got everything boxed up now and it's going to be more expensive than that. But you can see that base charge there for UPS is less, and it's been my experience that to the USA for this size package that UPS is a little better deal than EMS. So I'm going to go ahead and select UPS and then click the Change button. Once they get that all boxed up, they'll send us an email saying that it's time to pay for shipment. Got an email from Zenmarket that says they've got all our stuff boxed up and ready to ship. Now they can't get a final shipping price until they get everything boxed up. They know exactly how large a box it is and exactly how much everything weighs with all the packing material. So if we go over to Zenmarket now, you can see they say, oh, the packaging's complete. It is about 8,200 yen, which is around $80. And that's what I was guessing from their shipping estimator and my experience with shipping UPS. And that's not too bad for, say, 8 kilograms sent relatively quickly from Japan to the US. And so we'll just go ahead and pay that. I've got enough in my account there to do it. I don't have a promo code. And that's all there is to it. It'll take 3 or 4 days to get here. This is a Wednesday, so should have it the first part of next week. And then we'll have a look in the box. Thought it might work better to stand up for the shot, which means I'm going to have to keep my gut sucked in the whole time. Let's go ahead and open her up. This is the second time I've done this, and the first time I was really pleased with how well they packaged this stuff. Oh yeah, this looks really nice. Lots of bubbly wrap. Japanese newspapers on the sides. Very nice. I love newspapers from people's locations where they ship stuff. Whether it's here in the US or from around the world, it's like a glimpse into where they live. Everything's individually bubble wrapped. So we'll just take all the stuff out of here and then we'll look at it individually. Oh, that's a heavy one. Now, as riveting as 10 minutes of me removing bubble wrap would be, I've taken the liberty of doing most of that off camera to save everyone's sanity. But even underneath that outer layer of bubble wrap, things were wrapped in plastic sheets like this, in a plastic bag, in a layer of thin foam with a plastic bag underneath that, an inner layer of bubble wrap, and I noticed this handwritten note right here, and if I remember from my last order, this means batteries not included, or more precisely, battery not included, because there's no plural in Japanese, I think someone told me, which is rather interesting. But these are wrapped up very well. These are the two VX4s that were listed as junk. Although actually, in physical condition, they look pretty good. This one's got kind of a whopper-jawed screw there. So I guess we can try popping some batteries in those and see if they do turn on. I think though we'll save the repairs for another video. So these outer coverings are a little dirty. Oh my, that one's a little stiff. But there we go. The fronts are really nice. The backs have just a few scratches. So these should be fun for tinkering with. And this is the Sharp PC1501 manual, of course, in Japanese, except for the code, which is always in English. But I'm sure there's a English language version available. If not, there is always online translators. This book here, let me in. Now, this one I've not seen before. It's a rather cool image on the front. RTD2 with a pocket computer and skyscraper. No idea what they're saying there. I love all the cartoons. Statistics, mathematics, programs. I wonder if there's an English language version of this available. If not, it might be interesting to see how good an online translator could do. And then, of course, we've got the really good condition VX4 in its own little Ziploc baggie. There we go. Oh, nice colorful box. Mostly Japanese on the front here, but little bits of English. Back is about the same. The sides are similar. Even this box is in good shape. Somebody took a lot of care with this. That's so nice. So slip this open. Oh, squeaky foam. VX4 manual. This is some programming guides, it looks like. Again, mostly Japanese, so I'm not sure what it's saying. Let's see if we can find some English versions of that. I think this is probably somebody's name right here. Oh, there's actually two books there. Yep, both are signed. C Basic and Kazal. This is like a fake assembler language that seems to be common across several of the Japanese pocket computers that was used as a teaching tool for technical colleges and university students. Some more programming stuff. And this looks like maybe it's more of an introductory to programming type of thing. Very good condition. And of course, the main thing. Oh, it's got the memory battery in it. They took it out. This one slides out easy. It's got the cover on the side. Gets where you plug the cassette in. It's nice and clean. Just a few scratches on the back from being used. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So, get some batteries here in a minute, and we'll plug into these guys just to see if they work. These two are the big heavy things, which wasn't my intention up front to buy. I was really looking for the VX4s, but these popped up, and it's my favorite pocket computer ever. And somehow getting the Japanese market version seemed like a pretty nifty idea. Now there's one Japanese market PC 1500 and the 1501. Now, the PC 1500 was sold in other parts of the world. The 1501 was sold in the US at least as the 1500A. That's what this is, the 1500. And as I recall, the 1500 has more memory built in. And no batteries. It looks like they did some printing. It's got the power adapter, the printer in here, a little bit of paper. This looks in good shape. These have NiCad batteries in them, which have a tendency to leak and destroy things. This is broken right here, but that won't be a big deal to fix. Overall, this is in really good condition. This should be not too difficult to fix. This is another common thing when these are shipped. This door tends to pop open and not want to go back in right now. It gets a little sprung. There we go. You just pop it in the right and close it, and it'll resume the normal shape. And this one I've loosened up that outer covering. Okay, this one is showing a little wear at the corners. That's just from being used and this being open and closed a lot. But otherwise in good shape. Got a Japanese instruction booklet in there. This is some type of chater plug for the tape deck, I'm guessing. A loose pin for the printer. Here we have a power adapter, cassette cable. Not sure what this cable's for. It's not for this though. 7.5 volts. This is not exactly for this either. A few more printer pins loose in there. Here's a tube of printer pins. Some more Japanese instructions. CE151 memory module. Even these memory modules can go for a lot now. Okay, that's the case and everything for one, so I bet the memory module's already in here. But we've got the box and instruction book and everything for it. I think these came in 4K, 8K, and 16K versions or sizes. Well, how about we put the paper on the back side? That'll work better. Okay. Cassette tape. Oh, an official Sharp cassette tape. This feels a little sticky. Sharp pocket computer cassette tape. Oh, it's even marked PC 1500. I didn't even know they made such. It's just a blank tape, branded Sharp, that says PC 1500 on it. So I wonder if this came with some software from the factory, or some type of demo stuff. Be interesting to try that out. And we'll take this thing out of here. Okay. This is also a little sticky. I'm not sure what that's about. It doesn't smell like battery juice. Oh yeah, look. That's like gummy sticky. It's a little bit on the screen there too. It's kind of weird. I don't know what that is. We can slide the computer out of there. It does not have the memory module in it. Cassette door looks good. Okay. You'll often see if the NiCads are leaking. You'll see some damage in here, and there's no damage there. So I think this is just something sticky that got on the exterior. It doesn't smell like battery juice. Well, here we have the two junk VX4s, and yeah, you can see that corroding batteries are the scourge of the whole world. This is the one where they said it had a little corrosion damage, and indeed it does, but it's not too bad. This is also the one with the line through the LCD. The memory protect batteries looked okay though. Those don't really corrode that much. I think we'll pop this guy back in there and then put some AA's in it, and we'll see what this one does. Okay, oh yeah, you can see it did the reset. We see our line through the LCD there. There we go, all reset. That's more better. Yep, so we've got 8K built in and none extended. It looks like all our enunciators over here are okay, so we just got the one missing stripe, which we might be able to fix. So this one is just what they promised. Well, the one with the crusty batteries is unfortunately dead. I did hook my power supply directly up to the battery terminals and still had no response. And then I ohmed out across the terminals and it was open. And then I went from ground here to the ground on this memory expansion. And there's continuity there, so there's something wrong with the positive lead, I'm guessing, as it runs up to the board up here. I'll pop up an X-ray of the board on this, which was provided by someone on Twitter. So this will make a good video. We can look at these two junk VX4s and see if we can't fix them. I did put batteries in the good unit, and of course it fires right up. Everything works great. I found the contrast button up here, but I'm not quite sure how to set it yet. If I hit shift and contrast, nothing happens. I found a manual that was partially translated into English, so I'll keep this one set up and learn how to use this guy. It's a nice feeling, nice sized old pocket computer, and it should be a lot of fun to use. And we can even try loading and saving some things to cassette. I hope this look at buying vintage electronics from the Japanese Yahoo auctions has been interesting and informative. I was a bit hesitant my first go round, but after a little bit of experience with the process, I find it really enjoyable, and it gives you access to things you wouldn't ordinarily have access to, like these Japanese market only items. While I found Zenmarket a great site to use, it's the only one I've tried, and I know people have used other sites and they've been equally happy. I'm not meaning to endorse Zenmarket here, they're not a sponsor, I'm just a happy customer. I'll put links to the Japanese proxy bidding websites I've heard good things about below in the description. Shipping options and costs are going to vary based on where you are. This shipment was about $80 to the US, which is not cheap, but in comparison, a 2-kilogram package from Hungary I just received was about the same amount, so this isn't too bad. The shipping consolidation service does save you money though. It's a lot less expensive to have all the items shipped in one box than individually. Now look for a video coming up in the future where we give fixing these VX4s a go. We'll see if we can take care of that missing stripe in the one and figure out why the second one is dead. If nothing else, we'll learn a little bit and we'll have some fun seeing what's inside them. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who helps support the Hey Bert channel through Patreon and other means. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you would like to find out some more information about that, well, look in the description down below. There's some links there. If you have any questions or comments, I sure would love to hear from you. Just leave them in the comments section down below. Well, until next time, bye.
Thank you.